We're at ITSM17 and I'm interviewing my boss. Rosemary Gurney is the chair of ITSMF UK, and we are here in Manchester at last.
Yes.
And the event has kicked off. I mean, we talked this morning, we both had our little sessions, but I mean, you were talking particularly about where we've come in the last 2 years. I mean, how would you summarise that in terms of what we've managed to do and what we've been trying to do?
Well, I think what we've managed to do is that we've continued to stay viable. We've continued to offer services for the members. We've had to refresh those services, clearly, over a number of years, and we'll continue to do so. I think also it's important that we don't sugarcoat the whole situation too. You know, every membership organisation in any industry has difficulties, and those difficulties need to be resolved, and this is our way of looking at them. So being able to diversify a little bit, the launch of Essentialists today is certainly going to help us be able to reach out to different audiences and build those relationships which weren't necessarily as open to us as ITSMF.
So I mean, I think the thing there is to the extent to which they can be a little bit more flexible and agile, the agile world.
I think that the difficulty they've got is that certainly if you look at some of the European chapters, they are very small environments. They've got small in terms of geography, and they are having difficulty retaining members because there are so many other competing organisations that want their membership money, and they're finding it difficult to come up with something new and different all the time. We at least have some longevity behind us, and we have a name and a brand that doesn't necessarily translate in the same way. Other chapters have difficulty around geography. So again, the US and Australia have difficulty because of the fact that everybody's around the edges and it's so diverse.
And structurally as well. I mean, the thing I guess that we did was to change the corporate structure so that we have a more stable board, a more professional board. What would be your word of advice to other chapters who are struggling or
I think they certainly need to look at the governance of some of the chapters. Some of them are still working to the old original model, and nothing wrong with that, but you need to be slightly more commercially organised. You do need to have some succession planning in place much more, and recognise continuity in your directors too. So, you know, it's an opportunity to undertake that review of their articles, potentially look at the governance of the organisation and create something a bit more stable rather than the churn that we've seen.
So just finally, looking forward, what's your thoughts or plans in terms of where we go over the next couple of years, if we're back here or whatever we are in the next few years at conferences?
Well, you know, I think our members still expect us to have some events, you know, and they certainly expect something like this. So to have an annual event which is conference plus other activities is certainly something that we need to focus on. We do need to add new products and services. We do need to constantly refresh that portfolio and engage more with different people within the industry to build the relationships that we're looking for. It's going to be hard work. It's a different take on the old membership structure. It will be different, but we'll still be here.
We will still be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Rosemary.
Welcome.